Good morning. I am the Mainly Digger, and today, not digging, not detecting. I'm doing a quick video about Maine, another video about Maine, mostly about how Maine was established and became a state, the settlements, and the battles that took place in Maine so it could become a state, or how it established its statehood and got away from Massachusetts because Massachusetts kind of couldn't support us. So Mainers were like, peace, we're going to do our own thing, Massachusetts. But it's an amazing story. Like, just do your own research. Look it up if you want to, or just go off my word. It doesn't matter. But please, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment. Look at my other videos about Maine. Look at my other videos about metal detecting in Massachusetts, in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Updates. I found a structure, a possible home site on the Kennedy Estates, which is a historic estate in Pennsylvania and Chambersburg. So look at my other videos to find that information out. All right, I'm going to talk some more. You guys have fun. I'm sorry, the light's kind of, that light right there is kind of killing me. I couldn't find my duct tape to put it on the window, so I'd have to do this. I'm the Mainly Digger, like I said, and this is how Maine got its statehood, and just said goodbye to Massachusetts because we're not fans of Massachusetts. So in 1525, the Spanish Empire at that time sent an explorer, a Portuguese explorer, Esteva Gomez, to map the coast of Maine, really. Penobscot Valley, or Penobscot River, which is pretty much Bangor and that surrounding area. They didn't set up any settlements. They didn't establish anything. They just wanted to see what was there. They just wanted to go explore. And it surprised me because that's the Spanish Empire, and they went that anyway. 1604, Saint Croix Island, Croix, was the first established French settlement. Party included Samuel de Champlain, pretty famous guy in Canada. Explorer. He made over, I think it said 21 to 26 trips over the Atlantic to go exploring. He was the first person to explore Quebec and kind of set it up. So like a father of Canada, huge figure. 1603, English established settlement at Phippsburg, which is the Popham colony. Didn't last long. In one of my last videos, I mentioned the Popham Popham Fort, which was an embargo fort. But there was a fort there before that, and that it went with the Popham colony. Like I said, failed. Famine and Native American attacks. They didn't survive. 1613, a French trading post was established at present-day Castine. Castine is beautiful. If you ever go to Maine, you go there. You have to. It's gorgeous. It was established by, I'm probably going to butcher this name, my apologies, Claude de Saint-Estène de la Tour. I cannot speak French. I've lived in Maine most of my life. Can't speak French. Sorry. Horrible at it. It is represented as the first permanent settlement in New England. 1620, Plymouth colony established a trading post on the shores of Cape Cod. There's not much about it, just that the Plymouth colony was from Massachusetts. It's British or English, and it started in Massachusetts, or a company that started in Massachusetts, and they were sent to establish colonies in Maine. 1623, the Council of New England sent Christopher Leavitt to establish a settlement in now nowadays Portland. It absolute failure. He set it up as he had men build it, make the settlement, and then he left to gather support for the settlement. He went to Massachusetts, to England, back to Massachusetts, trying to get men money. He died, I think, on the way back to Massachusetts, so he didn't get to see this settlement, and no one else did either, because like they went back looking for him, couldn't find a single. It was like it's the Roanoke of Maine. Like no one, like they either all died or assimilated in the native population. Um, it didn't end well. In in the 17th century, the territory of Setahawk, east of the Kennebec River, the French called it Acadia, so like Acadia National Park, which isn't east of the Kennebec. Anyway, uh, it was dominated by the Wabanaki Conference, which is or Confederation, which it was a confederation of Native American tribes, and like dominated. Like they supported the French and the Acadia, but they did not like the English. There was no way they were allowing the English to come in, and the English is like the British were horrible to the Native American tribes. Like they did not do very their business how their business ethic was not very good at all. No. Um, so this between the French and the Confederacy, the Native American tribes, like huge issues for the English, huge, multiple different battles, multiple different fights, multiple different issues, boundary wars, even on into the 1800s. They there were fights, but we're gonna cover the in like normal history what they call the French and Indian War. In Maine history, it's the French and Indian Wars. There was multiple different struggles, multiple different battles that no one really talks about. So, the French and Indian Wars. There's the King Philip's War, King William's War, Queen Anne's War, and the Father Rael's War. Which actually, if you ever go to Madison, I forgot which lake it's on. We used to go camping, go camping on the island. Like the eastern part of that lake, the British did a raid, and that's where they found he was a Jesuit priest. That's where they found him, and I'm pretty sure he died there. I'd have to check the history, but it's just an interesting part, and that's in Madison, Maine. Father Raoul. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. Rale. It's like his war. You just look it up. It's an amazing. Or I'll do another series on it or another video. It's awesome. 1779. New Ireland. It sounds fancy because it's Ireland. It was just another British attempt to grab property or land grab. It was a scheme, really. And it's important because this leads into the Penobscot expedition, which was a gigantic failure for the British. They tried to lay siege to a French settlement, and it didn't go well. They failed, absolutely failed. Which leads to the 1783 peace signing of a peace treaty. It was signed because of the failure of the New Ireland scheme. It was just a horrible. Like the British failed epically, epic failure. Because of their failure, they established New Brunswick and that's in 1784. So New Brunswick which isn't a part of Maine, but it's still it's a part of history. It's a part of Maine history. Um, the Revolutionary War. I've already covered Benedict Arnold's failed expedition to Canada. Just another epic failure. The War of 1812. Pretty much covered the embargo forts. And in June 1819, Maine was given its statehood. This is important to Maine, and it's because it's when we separated from Massachusetts. Like we were always pretty much separate in our heads, but like that's when it was like you are your own state. Massachusetts couldn't, and it's because Massachusetts couldn't support us, militia wise, military wise, I guess, economic wise. We pretty much supported ourselves, but like especially during the fighting with the French and Indian Wars, like they couldn't send troops fast enough. They couldn't send supplies fast enough. So Maine was like, we want on our own. Y'all suck, so we're gonna do our own thing, and that's pretty much what happened. Um, all throughout Maine is Maine's established itself, and it separated from Massachusetts. It was, I wouldn't say a violent separation, but like it was politically, it was like we are separating right now, right here, and the Massachusetts government didn't like it at all. But Mainers are Mainers, so we do our own thing. All right, mainly dig out. Hopefully, I might do a couple more videos, not digging or maybe digging. Uh, but definitely the Monday, Tuesday, Kennedy Estates, back to that structure. I cannot wait. Possible structure. I don't want to jinx it. If you haven't been watching, I found multiple square nails from different eras, which is a sign of a structure or maybe a home site, because there is a home site, undocumented home site on that property that I want to find. All right, mainly dig out.